Hi everyone, welcome back to training time. Today is going to be a put a finger down training time, and if you don't know what that is, you have 10 fingers, right? You say, put a finger down if you like horses. Then you'd put your finger down. The game's over once all your fingers are down. Once all 10 of my fingers are down, which skimming through the submissions, I already know it's probably gonna be quick so that you guys can play along. I'm gonna keep going even after all 10 of my fingers are down. Whoever gets the farthest in this game, put the timestamp that you got to, and I'll pin whoever gets the farthest, and be honest, okay? And I'm going to be training Almadora. So in the last video that I made, it was buying the Pasofino horses. I asked for Jorvik name requests for this horse, and the reason why is because I came up with this name like super quickly, didn't like it, and so I asked for suggestions. I said, okay, if you give me a good suggestion, I will give you a shout out. A lot of people said almond, which I really liked that because it kind of sounds like Almadora. So all of you guys who were saying almond in the comments as a first name, you were tripping me out, okay? You guys are nuts, no pun intended, because almost every Jorvik name suggestion had almond in it, and there's no almond. So first of all, the person who gave me the idea is Buttery Potato Galore. So thank you, Buttery Potato Galore. Alright, so I'm just gonna get into it. Everybody put your fingers up. The first one says, put a finger down if you've ever sold a horse because you needed Jorvik shillings. No, I've never done that. That sounds like the worst way to get Jorvik shillings. Put a finger down if you have over 100 horses. Alright, so that's already my first finger down. Do I have like 105 horses or something? I don't know. At this point, I know I have over 100 horses because I bought these Pastofinos. Put a finger down if you've ever skipped a club event but watched your club on your alt. No? I don't know what the point of that would be. I have gone to a club event on my alt, but I've been part of the event, and that's just because I think it was because my main account was on a different server and I was stuck off of Nightstar. Put a finger down if you've quit a race because you failed it too many times. I have to put another finger down. I have done that with the new Hillcrest race, and I think they've made it easier now because there used to be you'd go swimming and then you couldn't. It would send you back and all this random junk that would happen in the race. Put a finger down if you have reported someone for them doing nothing. Love your vids. Thank you. No. Put a finger down if you pointed your finger in your horse's booty. Personally, I have not done that. Other people have done that to my horse, aka Maddie and probably my sister. If you're wondering, what does that even mean? It's when, let's say you're doing a role play or something and you're playing the vet and you're taking your horse's temperature, that's what she's talking about. I'm continuing on another day because I fell asleep and it got really late. I can do these races again, so I'm just gonna go for it. Put a finger down if you tried to copy an NPC's outfit. Yes. Well, for club events, yes, but also the old character of Alex's outfit. The old Soul Riders, I really resonated with Alex, and I don't really anymore, but at the time, I think I did because she had a bunch of brothers, including James, and I have 5 brothers, so Steve's pet shop. Since when does Steve have a pet shop? The next one says, you used to be in love with Jasper. So I'm gonna say no on that. I just really love him as a character. Put a finger down if you have ever played Star Stable while on the toilet. Personally, I have not. As of now, they have a mobile version, so I could see if you're on your phone while on the toilet, that would be a possibility, so I get why you said that. Put a finger down if you've ever flushed Lydia down the toilet. Maybe in the future, but I have not done that as of now. Put a finger down if you've met a fan in real life. We love you, Violet. I love you too. I have met a fan in real life. It was kind of an accident when I was at a horse clinic. A really nice girl, recognized Lola. Then there was another time at the Kentucky 3-day event. They knew where we were, and she and her mom, and so me and the people that we were with, we signed her t-shirt, and so I guess that was technically meeting a fan in real life. Put a finger down if you hate Idris. I guess I have to put another finger down. How many is that? Put a finger down if your favorite horse is the nab stripper. No, not even close. Put a finger down if you have ever wanted to beat the living crap out of your horse in SSO. Oh my, why am I? Sometimes I do get mad, but that doesn't mean violence is the answer, okay? Put a finger down if you've ever been involved in club drama. Oh yes. When I was younger, I was definitely a fighter sometimes. I just remember a specific time when, what was the story I was telling about? Oh, okay, so the other person said that I was being negative about the new update, about the horses, and this was way back then when it was the starter horse models, the paint horses, they were mirrored, etc. I did buy one, and that was actually the first horse that I sold when I said, you know, I'm allowed to not like horses, it's okay, you know, everybody has a different opinion. She said, you're just ruining the update for everyone. And so the club owner basically told us both to shut up. Put a finger down if you've ever thought of quitting / taking a break from Star Stable. I've never thought of quitting, and I've also never thought of taking a break. If I do take a break, it's not planned, so I don't really think about it. It just kind of, naturally happens. Like I keep saying, it's a game. Nobody's forcing you to log on. But at the end of the day, you choose how much time and energy you put into something. And even eventually, if I do really lose interest in the game, I've said this before, I wouldn't quit completely. I would still keep logging on and checking on what's going on because this game has been a part of my life for a long time and I care about, you know, the new updates and what's going on. Put a finger down if you have pretended to be the Baroness's daughter or something. I've never pretended to be the Baroness's daughter specifically, but I know in role plays, Mrs. Holdsworth is either the grandma or the mom or Miss Packard. So when you say or something, that does count, I feel like. So I'll put another finger down. Put a finger down if you have ever raged so hard over failing a race, you have punctured your screen. I think they meant punched. No, that's never happened. Put a finger down if you've ever led your horse off a cliff. Yes, I have. I only have 2 fingers left. Why are there 2 recyclables, like, right next to here? Dude, Mr. Anderson, like, you didn't see those people leaving bottles, like, right behind your back? Like, you didn't hear them and turn around? But he looks so old, he could be deaf, so that's, you know. Put a finger down if you ever joined a club and then left the next day. Maybe in my super newbie days, which was 2012, when I didn't know exactly what clubs were like. So I do have to put a finger down for that one. That's 9 out of the 10 fingers down. Put a finger down if you've had more than one of the same horse in SSO. I've never gotten a double of the same horse. If you've actually done that, tell me in the comments why. Maybe if it's some kind of situation or something where you want a rare twin horse or twin foal situation and you're saying, oh yeah, they grew up together and they look the same or something like that. Maybe that would be a reason. That's my best guess. Put a finger down if you love Spirit's eyebrows. Well, great, I have to put another finger. I'm already over. I'm done. I'm over. I lost. That's 10 fingers. I still have Spirit, so there's something I have to love about him. Put a finger down if you'd rather poop than pee. Why did you submit this? That's my first question, but no. Put a finger down if you've burped in the past 10 minutes. I'm actually really surprised right now. I have not burped in the past 10 minutes. Put a finger down if you used to try and jump the wall next to Jasper as a newbie. A long time ago, a while back, Golden Hills Valley was the only area that was an unlockable area. This was before the Harvest Counties even came out, anything else even came out. It was a huge achievement and huge goal to get to Golden Hills at the time. I would jump at the gates and see if I could get myself in. And then once I did actually get into Golden Hills, which was a special moment, I actually do have a video of when I was younger getting into Golden Hills Valley. when I did unlock Golden Hills Valley, I tried to get my siblings, my brothers who were playing, into Golden Hills Valley. So I was at Jasper's farm. I invited them to a race. They joined the race and immediately got the message that, oh, you're being sent home, repeated attempts to get into this area will get you banned, whatever it says. At that point, I freaked out because I thought that I got my brothers banned. They were freaking out too. You know, it was a whole situation, okay? Don't do that. There was also another time where I did get my brother banned because I told him to spam in global. He did get banned for a day. I've gotten a bunch of chat warnings, not recently because, you know, the chat system changed where you can't even put stuff in the chat if it's blocked. Now this wouldn't happen. I feel like the chat system has really improved. Even my close friends, they got chat bans for saying stuff to me. And I was so confused as to why I was getting so many warnings in my mailbox, but not an actual ban. Put a finger down if you spent more than $1,000 on SSO. That's a really good question, actually. I would have to go into my account and look that up. It is almost $1,000, which is painful to say. It's 900 something. Technically, I can't put my finger down. I can almost put my finger down, which is kind of just as bad. Why am I getting off my... What is happening right now? The only thing I can say to that to make it sound better is that I have been playing since 2012. Put a finger down if you've gotten into at least 3 fights on SSO. Yeah, I have to put my finger down for that one. Put a finger down if you pretended that one of the NPC boys was your boyfriend. Personally, I haven't done that. I am a straight female, but I think it's maybe because, you know, this is a game that I could not put myself in those shoes. My horse has had boyfriends before, my starter horse, when I was younger, but that doesn't count because you said NPC, so, ooh. Put a finger down if you've ever lied about your age on SSO. Yes, I don't know how old I was when this started happening, but I started saying that I was older than I actually am. I think it was because I just wanted to seem more mature, or I would completely just lie out of my ass and say, oh yeah, I'm like 60 years old, I'm a grandma, blah, blah, blah. It's actually a common thing too. I'm just trying to make myself feel better about it. In Flower Girls, at one point, I was not the owner at this time, but you know, there was an age limit where you had to be, maybe it was 14 or something, and people would lie about their age. If you see anything on the internet, you know, it might not actually be true. The next one says, you have pretended to record an SSO video because you're bored. I have done that before, and even in real life, I've pretended to just talk to myself and record videos just because it's kind of fun, actually. Put a finger down if you've ever broken a bone from riding. I have not. I actually have not been very injured. I feel like the most injuries I've gotten from riding, this is gonna sound really bad, it's from the 10-day trip I was on because I hit my head on a cave, punctured my head. I've been kept pretty safe riding, actually. Yes, there's been incidents sometimes. Okay, if I do think about it, this was less than a year ago. I almost got kicked in the head. Their hoof was so close to my head that it brushed my face. The girl fell off and her horse was loose, running around the arena, bucking and kicking, and got really close to my horse. I almost got my head, you know, busted. Personally, to me, I have been pretty lucky, actually, and, you know, safe. Put a finger down if you have had relationships with the NPCs. No, I have not. Put a finger down if you've ever planned a wedding with an SSO character. I have not, actually, which is surprising because I know so many people who have had star-stable weddings, either them and another character or friend or their horses. The next one says, you had a crush on Josh at one point. No, I still can't put my finger down for that. Put a finger down, and I think they mean if you talk to your SSO horse like they can hear you. I used to do that all the time when I was younger. I thought I had a special relationship with my starter horse on this game. Put a finger down if you've pooped your pants while playing SSO. I personally have not. The next one says, you have actually won a championship. And yes, I actually have. When I was younger, I used to be a hardcore racer. Old ladies who would play this game would be mad at me, actually. At the time, this was years ago, people did not know shortcuts. At this point, people know shortcuts, you know, different shortcuts to every race, or I'm saying this and I just failed a race. I would get shillings in the mail for being best of the month or best of the week or the day or whatever. My racing days are definitely over, and they've been over for a long time now, okay? Put a finger down if you have made a video with no pants on. I'm not putting my finger down, that has never happened. Put a finger down if you bought a horse and never took it out of the stable. I might have to put my finger down because that has potentially happened. Actually, no, it didn't. I did take one picture of my tree horse because I made pictures of my horses for an Instagram highlight and for putting my horses on a tier list and stuff. Someone's asking, or maybe it's multiple people, I don't remember, if I could make a tier list with my current horses, and I have so many. I don't know how I would get the motivation to just go and take pictures of every single one. I don't know. God bless. Put a finger down if in real life one fallen off okay, yes, I have. My first horse that I ever owned, it was the second hunter show I'd ever been to with him. In the flat class, I picked up the wrong lead and he got mad about that and bucked me off. And then I just grabbed him and awkwardly walked out, as you do when you fall off at a show. The stupid thing was, when he was bucking, it was like I wasn't even trying to stay on. It was like I saw the dirt and I was like, yup, put a finger down if you have ever dropped your tack while putting it away. That is totally cheating saying that, because you probably saw the video where, yes, I dropped my tack while putting it away, and I do that a lot, actually. Put a finger down if you ever wanted to get someone chat banned for no reason. Please don't let me fail this race. I'm just gonna sit here. Like, what even? Wow, you're really out for people. I'm just being completely honest here. Put a finger down if you want to change your starter horse's name/appearance again. Definitely not the appearance. I made my starter horse off of a horse that I used to ride in real life when I was, you know, really young. It actually looks very similar to that horse, like the face markings and everything. It's crazy. I've changed my starter horse's name 4 times now, I think I could say, and one of the times was on accident, and I actually had to contact support and say that I accidentally changed my starter horse's name, which was really embarrassing, but it was true. It was 100% an accident to Apple Madness. Right now, my starter horse's name is Lucky Clover or Clover. I don't know what to do about my starter horse, honestly. Put a finger down if you've ever slept in your horse's stable. Do you mean in real life? I've almost fallen asleep in the stable before. Even just recently, I was laying down in my horse's stall and was like on the verge of falling asleep because I just was not having a good day. But I never actually fell asleep, so I can't put a finger down for that. Put a finger down if you've cried because of a club. 100% yes. I used to take so many things so seriously in Star Stable. The next one says, you secretly take pictures of other people's outfits and never use them. Okay, see, this one is cheating as well because people know that I do this. I just take pictures because I like the outfit. Put a finger down if you got suspended for entering your home stable. No, personally to me that has not happened, but if that happened to you, I am very sorry. Put a finger down if you have ever made an alt account just to troll. By the way, I love your vids. Thank you. I've never made, okay, there used to be an account called 7-Star Stable Girls that I started. We would do like random social experiments as the theme. Put a finger down if you've touched horse shit with your bare hands. Yes, I actually do that more often than I want to admit. on the horse trip that I went on. I was cleaning stalls, and you know, when you pick out stalls, like sometimes poop flies, and it flew into one of the horse's buckets, and I just grabbed the piece of shit out of the bucket and put it in the wheelbarrow. So yes, that's happened a bunch of times before. And I've even, oh my gosh, why am I admitting to this? I've even picked up my cat's poop before and put it in a bag because I was cleaning my cat's litter box, right? You know, it kind of fell out of the litter box, and so I just like, you know, grabbed it and put it in the bag that I was using to clean the litter box. Put a finger down if you have gotten rid of all your starter gear. No, there's something about other, you know, kind of starter quest gear that I don't know, I got rid of it, but not the original starter gear. I do know people who have. Eventually they regret it. I've heard that before, but personally for me, no. Put a finger down if you have ever been yelled at on Global by a little child. How do you know if it's a little child? Yes, I've been yelled at by what I assume is a little child, and this was a long time ago. I don't even remember what it was about. Oh, I know what it was about. It was because they were spamming, and I told them to stop spamming, even though I literally am a hypocrite because I told my brother to spam on the... I told them I would report them, and then they started mailing me stuff and saying stuff in global chat. Put a finger down if you ever unfriended half your friends list before. Yes, and it was an accident. When I used to race, this was a trend for a while, maybe it still is. You would ignore everyone in the champ. I learned this from my old club owner because they were kind of quiet people, and so to focus on the race, they would ignore everybody in the race. And so I followed the trend and started doing that too. And so after the race, when I was taking everybody off my ignore list, I was like, why are these names so familiar? And it was because I was deleting half my friends list. That was a really fun day. Put a finger down if you never feed your horses. Well, yeah, I never feed my star stable horses, so put a finger down if you don't even read the quest dialogues anymore. I skim the quest dialogue, which that's not technically actually reading the quest dialogue, but sometimes I know what's going on, sometimes I don't. If it's a main quest, I do read it. If it's not, then I partially just read it so I know what to do. Put a finger down if you have ever hated someone in your club. Yes. I don't even remember who. If you're in a club, okay, with 50 people, let's say you're in a big club, okay? This is an example. Chances are you're probably not going to get along with one person. You know, you have to deal with them and you have to be civil. Put a finger down if you have ever peed your pants / in your pants. Yes. Put a finger down if you have ever stole your parents / someone else's money to buy star coins. I love you so much. I love you too. No, I've read a lot of stories of people doing this. Put a finger down if you've ever cried over pixel horses. Yes, I have. When I was younger, I can think of 2 instances just off the top of my head. There was a quest where your horse had to go into a fridge and wave bye to you. Was it a fridge or was it a crate? It was something, okay? Your horse got locked into something, waved bye. I cried. It was just sad. And I think it was because the starter horse at the time was, you know, your only horse, and that's when I did the quest. I can see now how it would be less sad if you have, you know, multiple horses, but at the time we could only have one horse, so that was your horse, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, my horse is being sent to doom, and they're gonna torture my horse, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever the situation was. And then there was another time I first bought Flora, and I thought she was the most beautiful horse. I was like, wow, I can't even ride her. I was so dramatic. I was like, I can't even ride this horse because she's so beautiful. And I was saying that in the club chat too, and just embarrassing myself. Put a finger down if you have gotten stuck in Pandoria for more than 20 minutes. Unfortunately, there's just something about Pandoria that sometimes it's easy and sometimes it ends up becoming an entire disaster. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten up from your computer in the middle of a club event to go get food. Oh, of course, yes. I feel like almost everybody in club events does that. They're like, BRB, gotta get a snack, you know? And then if you have a movie night or something, like, gotta get popcorn. People have made full, entire gourmet meals while being in a club event. Put a finger down if you started to make a training time video and quit half through. Maybe it would get too late, or I would have something going on and then, you know, not be able to finish and then continue later. And even with this current video right now, it got late and I went to sleep and then I'm continuing it today. Put a finger down if you have ever smelled your pet's feet. Yes, I have. Sometimes for legitimate reasons too. Like sometimes it's just, you know, smelling for thrush and being like, oh, do I need to treat this? Whatever. Put a finger down if you ask your dad, then your grandma, then your mom for star coins. Oops, 30,000 star coins. Wow, again, this sounds very specific and personal, okay? It's just a little too specific. Just a little bit. Put a finger down if you've ever hated an update. Oh, for sure, yeah. But to not be negative, okay, there have been tons of updates that I've loved, so it goes either way. Realistically, if you would ask anyone, there's updates that are just not personally for you, and that's okay. Put a finger down if you have choked on water and kept laughing so hard while still choking. Yes. This has happened a couple times at horse shows where, you know, I was talking with people at a horse show. I was, you know, away from home, out of town. Something really funny came up, and when I get nervous, I laugh really hard. And this would especially happen when I was younger. Something that was funny would turn into an entire crying session, even if it wasn't even that funny. And it was just because I had so much social phobia. It would, you know, kind of break the ice and help, you know, to laugh a lot. And so I was laughing so hard. I was crying. I took a sip of water. I dumped it on my face and dumped it down my nose. And I was choking on it. It was just the stupidest situation. Put a finger down if you've ever not liked your SSO name. No, I've always liked my SSO name. I'm very, very proud of my younger self for the name that I picked out. And at the time, I never even knew that Violet and Flowergarden, you know, just went together. I knew that Flowergarden went together and that's why I picked it, but Violet was just a name that I loved. And I used to, okay, this is another, you know, admission, but I used to tell everybody that my middle name was Violet when it's really not. It is so crazy, but years after I came up with this username, that's when I realized, oh, Violet is the name of a flower, and my last name on this game is Flowergarden. So that goes together, and then I was really proud of myself after that point. Put a finger down if you have ever, quote-unquote, dated someone on SSO. I like how you put in quotes because technically you're not allowed to date people on SSO. You know, people online date. It's 2022, okay? When it gets to games that are kind of catered to minors, that's when it gets a little sketch. I heard a story actually about some dude from the United States who, this is a specific situation, from this game who met a girl on this game from a different country. He flew to the other country and met this young girl in a hotel. And that was a whole actual real article and a real news story. All I want to say is, you know, be careful, use your brain, I need to blow my nose. That is the end of this video. Let me know what timestamp you got to, and the farthest person, I will pin your comment. I hope you guys enjoyed this training time. Thanks for watching. Bye.